Anyhow, here's another face on the screen. Many of you probably recognize this face. This is Daniel Pratt. That's his name in his channel. This is someone who found my work a long time ago and in my earliest days was my biggest advocate. And if you ask him, he'll tell you that he started making his own YouTube videos because he was inspired by my work. And, him and we had a nice relationship, helped each other with the research, we're friendly with each other. Then the Flat Earth movement came around, and it caught his interest. And he was another person who was asking me what I thought. And at first, our conversations were fine. We weren't fighting. I could tell that he was more believing in it than me. Eventually, at some point, he just tipped and he decided that the flat earth was right and everybody who disagreed was an idiot as well. And if you watch his videos, he's now very mocking and angry towards people who don't agree the earth is flat. And for me, it's been really disappointing to witness because this guy has a really good mind and he's a very good speaker about things that are important, such as the lies and deception waged by our government, such as the contamination of this earth. He speaks about those things brilliantly. However, he doesn't make those videos anymore. All he does is talk about the flat earth now and how people are morons who can't see it. It's pretty much every single video he puts out is the same thing. And, to me, it's like opportunity cost. Before we had an ally here in speaking truth to power about things that matter. For whatever reason, he's decided the only thing that matters is the flat earth. And, you know, I don't want to I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I just wonder, like, in his head, is it he's so frustrated that people aren't hearing him on the truth, and he's seeing that this flat Earth has a real community and a real following. Since he started speaking about the flat Earth, his channel's gone from 300 subscribers to thousands of subscribers. And I think really that's what it boils down to. We're lonely in this truth seeking community, and this flat Earth has brought a real community. He has a very strong following from these people. They really support his work, and they love to attack people who disagree. Because every time I post there and remind him, like, yo, Daniel, what about this? Man, he chews me out, and then I got 8 other comments from people who follow him talk about what a Satan loving freak I am. And he doesn't say anything about that because he too is not a Christian. That's what's so interesting to me about him. He's been sucked in even though he's not a Christian. And anyway, to me, he's a perfect example of what's wrong with this flat earth community. It's dividing, it's conquering, and it's taking people off their eye off the subjects that really matter. And I think in his heart he has to know that. As for Eric Dubay, the person who has really been at the center, along with Mark Sargent, of this flat earth push since this past summer, his name in gematria is very interesting. And let me say something. You can't always discredit people because of their name gematria. Sometimes things can be coincidence. It's possible that this is a coincidence. But the feeling I get from Eric Dubay is that he's an agent, an actor, and someone who's not really passionate about what he's promoting. When he speaks, his voice sounds hollow to me. There's no real emotion behind his words. There's no passion there. And I notice his name in gematria is interesting because Eric's a 35 name and Dubay's a 53 name. These are both numbers that connect to religion and spirituality. And again, this flat earth movement has really provoked people on a spiritual level, causing divide among spirituality and belief systems. Notice Eric Dubay sums to 88, just like the words poison and program. And what I'm 100% sure of is that this flat earth movement has been poisoning for the greater truth-seeking community, which is part of the reason I'm making this video, to speak out against that. I want the people who believe in this flat earth to recognize how their behavior is impacting other people. Speaking truth to power in this world is not an easy thing, and for the people who are out here and who are sincere and who have been invested in this for a very long time, people such as myself who've been speaking out since 2001 and longer, it's hard enough. We don't need to all of a sudden be attacked by another group of people over something as ridiculous as arguing that the earth is flat. That's what Eric Dubay has brought to the table, a very divisive topic, and he presents it in a very divisive way as well. However, that said, there's people, smaller names, who are doing even more damage than he is in terms of the divisiveness. And as for Mark Sargent, I mean, just listen to that name. Does that even sound like a real name? Who's named Mark Sargent? These people are actors, they're paid to do exactly what they're doing. And with regards to sergeant, that's a military word. And it is the military who actively wages psychological operations over the people to divide them. This is a well documented fact. Mark Sargent has become one of the divisive forces in this flat earth movement. Now, as I say that, I have to apologize to my friend Jeff Young. If you're not aware of who Jeff is someone who has a radio show on every Thursday night, and since this past September, he's dedicated that radio show to speaking truth to power. And one of the things Jeff speaks out about is the flat earth. He has been sucked into this flat earth movement, and he believes it with all of his heart. And honestly, I'm not mad at Jeff for that. To me, it's okay that Jeff believes in the flat earth because I see that Jeff's intentions are good. Jeff doesn't speak about the flat earth in a divisive way. He speaks about it in a truth to power way, acknowledging that we've been lied to in many regards, and he thinks that the flat earth is one of them. If everybody talked about the flat earth as Jeff did, I wouldn't be making this video because Jeff's not trying to put anyone down for not believing in it. And Jeff has also had Mark Sargent on his show, which is part of the reason I think he got sucked into this theory in the first place. Jeff's been asking for me to do more research on the flat earth, and I just had to be straight up with him and say, you know, Jeff, it's not my cup of tea. It's not the topic I want to dedicate my time to. I see that there's bigger fish to fry in this world, if you will. And Jeff respects that. He really likes the gematria and numerology work. He sees the significance of it, and he's helping spread this knowledge for me, which I'm grateful for. So I share this because this is where I want people to come to. You know, we don't have to agree on everything. The truth community is a big tent, and again, we need to find where we align and where our common interests are instead of dividing over the things we disagree on, such as the shape of the earth, which has relatively no impact on what's going on in this world. You know? Again, the flat earth is not going to bring justice for all the wrongdoing. So a lot of people who've listened to me on Jeff's show, I've done 2 shows now with Jeff, they've written me and they said, what are you doing on that guy's show? He's obviously a shill talking about the flat earth. No, I don't think Jeff's a shill. Just because somebody's misled or talks about something that you don't agree with, that doesn't mean they're a shill. Being misled is a real thing. It happens to all of us more often than we think. So again, I can't say it enough. We need to stop dividing over this. It's become a buzzword. As far as I'm concerned, Jeff can continue to believe in the flat earth and promote it. As long as he also promotes the other messages that are right, I don't mind. And, again, I'm all for questioning things and searching for truth. Just don't let that questioning override everything else, which is what has happened to so many people in the flat earth community. And while I'm talking about Jeff, I got to plug his radio show. It is tonight, every week, every Thursday from 7:11 Pacific Standard Time or 10:11 Eastern Standard Time until about 3 or 4 hours after that. Some shows run longer than others. If you've missed the shows I've done with Jeff, they're the January 7th show and the December 10th show, which you can stream. Just come to his website, do a web search for Jeff Young's Music Without Boundaries. It'll pop right up. Very good show. Lots of interesting information. Lots of good music. So Jeff, a shining example of unity and not division. And at the same time, someone who believes in the flat earth theory. So just understand, I'm not against you because you believe in the flat earth. I just want people to stop dividing and fighting over this. And also, just think about this. I mean, just read this comment. These are the kind of comments I get on my blog, all the time. Just before I was about to start this video, I saw this was the latest comment. I said, oh, how fitting. Here's another one of these. This person's mocking me because I'm teaching numerology and gematria, something that I understand is not well accepted because it's unknown to people. When people are presented with things they don't know about, they're oftentimes opposed to them. It's abrasive for them. So anyway, this guy writes to me, my guess is that you also believe that the moon landing was fake. Obama is an illegal alien reptilian Muslim born in Kenya and is gay, married to Michelle, who is a man, and the earth is flat. And it's just so annoying constantly being talked to this way. This is what it is to speak truth to power in this world. It's a very difficult thing. You'll be mocked, you'll be demonized, you'll be put down, you'll be insulted, you'll be made fun of. And really, as a community, what I wish we would do is we would prioritize and we would focus on the things that are most obvious, most easily proven, and which justice can most easily be achieved for. Let's just go through these things he brought up. The moon landing was fake. At this day and age, I think the majority of people actually do think the moon landing was fake. I don't think that's that controversial, but these type of people, they love to say that in tinfoil hat. It's just programmed into them at this point. But then the next one, Obama is an illegal alien reptilian Muslim born in Kenya. There's a section of society, the Christian conservatives, who really push this message. And to me, it's just another argument, a path you don't need to go down. It's low on the priority list. All the puppets are politicians, people who focus on alien reptilian shapeshifters. By doing that, what they're doing is they're taking the focus off the real tyrants who rule over us, who are right in front of our face. The Zionist Jews who control the media, who control the politicians, and who control largely the stations that put out this information, even the radio stations such as Coast to Coast and the History Channel, who put more and more programming into theories such as this. What else does he have here? Of course, also the theory about Michelle being a man. I don't know if Michelle's a man, honestly. I've heard the arguments. To me, it's really not that important. If Michelle's a man, I don't even really care. There's just way bigger priorities. And then, of course, he also throws in, and the earth is flat. So, all of these competing conspiracy theories, and there's many out there, as a community, we need to prioritize and we need to focus and we need to get justice for the things that matter. I get frustrated with so many of the channels or that I get recommended to watch because people want me to watch these videos about shapeshifters and all, flat earth and all this other stuff, and I just think, come on, people. Like, are you guys out here to just be entertained and constantly keep your mind going in circles? And focus on the things that matter. If you follow my research, you see how streamlined my message is. It's been the same since the first video. Stopping the real wrongdoing, stopping what's apparent, stopping what's in front of our face, stopping the madness. All this other stuff, it's a sideshow. And it's what the naysayers use to discredit us. So, pretty much sums it up, truth seeker. If you're one of the flat earthers and you have one of these nasty negative attitudes, please work on that. It's not helpful to anyone. All right, truth seeker, until next time.